So fact number one, did you guys know that your brain needs about 120 grams of glucose to function each day? What's glucose? It's a sugar. And sugar breaks down from carbohydrates. So when you eat anything like a bread or a bagel or a potato, beans, lentils, those types of foods, we have a very carbohydrate-rich society, really not hard to find them. And a lot of them, if not the majority of them, man-made, overly processed, highly refined with many shelf stabilizers in them, food dyes, unnatural ingredients, the likes. So they're causing all this problem in our body. So anyhow, your body needs only 120 grams of glucose to process and feed this engine of your brain every single day. So what happens in the absence of carbohydrates? Hey, Laya, what happens? Well, your body is kind of smart. Like, God is freaking genius, right? So our bodies work phenomenally well. So you don't have enough glucose to feed your brain. There's a shortage of food coming in. And so your body has stored reserves. Okay, this is in your liver, which sits right here on the right side of your body. And then in the muscle site, so all along your body, wherever you've got muscle, this is a place for your body to be storing this glucose. So when your body, your brain needs that extra glucose, your body's going to go break it down. This is called gluconeogenesis, and put the glucose back in the blood and hopefully get it into the cells to get to the brain. All well and good. Wonderful. What happens when you actually deplete those glycogen reserves and there's still not excess carbs coming in your body? Then how are you going to feed your brain? Your body's very smart, and it's going to, the liver is now going to start breaking down your body fat for that glucose to feed your brain so it can keep running. That is your body's number one goal, is keep your brain running. So ketones are also a fuel source for your body. So primary is glucose, secondary is ketones. And I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about exogenous ketones. That's something you drink and put in your body. And though this is a topic for another day, how I feel about exogenous ketones, I'm pro them when you are in actual ketosis and like going for the strategy and not just drinking it saying, I'm in ketosis. Their marketing is very manipulative and I could really pick it with you. Anyhow, I'm so glad to see you guys tagging people. Thank you for doing that. This is very, very important information. So one thing I love about keto for many of my clients, especially when we're working so hard, we want to be eating better. We want to be losing that body fat. We want to be in a place where we're in control. And what happens when you know you have to be eating in a caloric deficit to lose body fat? Yes, you do. But then the strategy of how you're filling that caloric intake with your proteins and your fats and your macros called, well, your protein, your carbs, and your fats, those are called macros. That's the strategy of what's going on in your body. And unfortunately, people who only count calories are missing 99% of the boat. So you got to get your calories right. And if you don't strategize those proteins and carbs and fats properly, you will be hungry. If you have carbs in the diet, which I teach you in many powerful lifestyle strategies, how to catch the downhill of the blood sugar. But let's talk through this really quick. I want you to understand. When you eat a carbohydrate, that breaks down to glucose, and that blood sugar is going to come up. What goes up must come down. And so on the downhill, there's like this wonderful zone of fat burn and optimal energy and brain function and focusing on repair and healing. And when you're too high, your body's like, oh no, storage. And when you go too low, your body's, oh no, we got to get food in our body, aka turning on the sugar cravings to get that blood sugar back up. Again, you guys, your body's very smart. And so what I like about this is that when you are in a state of ketosis, when you are eating in such a manner that your carbs are so low, you do not get those insulin surges like before. Insulin is the hormone that tells your body to store. It helps pull that sugar out of the blood into the cells to be utilized for the energy. Is this making sense? Make sure you guys ask questions if you want me to clarify anything, because I really want you to understand this. That's where the power of discipline and making changes in your body lies, is you have to understand it first here. I really believe that in all of my coaching. So when it comes to how you avoid hunger, well, if you're not having the up, then you also don't have the down. Now, that's not to say that a typical eating style is wonderful, because it is. Because if you are timing your meals, you guys know what a big advocate of setting your timer for your planned meals. If you are catching your meal timing, then fantastic, you ride the current, and that's great. I'm talking to the demographic of people who really are on the struggle bus with that. And you know who you are. If you are just too busy, it's not a priority to you, perhaps you just really hate eating. There's a big number of people that could benefit from this just on the psychological level, but then on the physiological level, anybody dealing with brain fog, any form of PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, if you are dealing with inflammation, if you are dealing with pain, concussions, cancer, if you're dealing with anything like this, seizures, okay? If you are needing to lose a significant amount of body fat. These are really the types of people I want to see go for a ketogenic strategy. Now, there are different methods of timing to maximize your ketogenic eating, but that's a topic for another video. Today, I just want you to understand what ketosis is. What is it truly? And if you can answer it in one sentence, I'll be super proud of you. You should be able to know it's when your carbs are so low that your body is going to start producing ketones from stored body fat to feed your brain. Now, it does not guarantee fat loss. Big misinformation out there. A lot of people do not understand. If your total caloric energy is still too high, if you're eating too many calories, even if you are in keto, you will not lose weight, okay? While you can handle maybe a little bit extra calories because the thermogenic nature of your body breaking down protein and fats for fuel burns a little bit more, it's not significant enough to warrant you eating inordinate portions of these foods, okay? A topic for another video, another day. We'll talk about the types of foods that should be in keto and the ratio, particularly with your grass-fed meats, with your bacon. PFL keto and honestly healthy keto is not the Atkins diet. It is not a high protein eating style.